Hi Libra, welcome to your end of May 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Ooh, it is a hot one today, let me tell you. So, here we go. I think this is the first day of the Sun in Gemini. So, it's kind of funny that I get for Libra, the Two of Swords, the story of your life. And actually, the Lover's card is Gemini. Oh, and this is Aquarius. We're getting all the air signs. And a Wayward Scorpio. The Death card. How many Libra people would even be with a Scorpio? That is the real question of the hour. The heart of the matter is the Two of Swords being at loggerheads. Now, yes, there could be another person involved in this situation, but certainly you may be of two minds about something. Interestingly, that too is a symbol for Gemini, but this is swords. Gemini is a sword, your swords, Aquarius. We have featured here. Oh yeah, we got Gemini and Aquarius. We don't have your card specifically, but we do have Gemini and Aquarius. And so what is it that you are trying to decide about, Libra? Just about everything. I bet you toilet paper makes you confused, right? About even deciding about something. And you see the person's blindfolded. So sometimes in the moon, a little sliver of the moon can indicate deception. Self-deception, pretending that you even have a choice in the first place. Now, one thing that when I said that about toilet paper and making choices, one of the things that I notice when I go to the grocery store is like when there are different lines, and the person that is kind of like in front of me, or like I'm trying to get into a line, and the person's just standing there and they're trying to figure out which is the line that's going to be the shortest. That's like one of my pet peeves. And it's sometimes people, make everything into some kind of major dilemma when it's really not. It's like, is it really going to affect your life if you're a couple of, like a minute behind somebody else that got into a line that's faster? In the past position, we have the Lover's card, and this can be a card of course, some sort of an affair. This can be a card, though, of intimacy. It's a card of Gemini and a card of the choice. So, I suppose if you're choosing between two people, that could certainly be what's going on. And it's interesting because when I get the higher message, which is kind of looking at the bigger picture, I have the Nine of Swords. So more swords, but this is a card of anxiety. And so it's almost like making a choice, but under duress, which is not the best kind of way to make choices. And I think the stress or the duress that might result from somebody who is a Libra person having those feelings is because they feel either they're forced into something, maybe how somebody gets involved in an affair and they say it just happened, and they're not, and they really didn't plan on getting involved with someone. So if that's you, I totally get that. And I'm all for fidelity. I don't believe in lying to your significant other, even if that person's a jerk to you. I don't believe in lying to them. But I also know that sometimes when people are very vulnerable, that they find themselves doing things that they normally wouldn't do. So if that is what is happening, the Nine of Swords is saying to you probably something like, this is not the way of alleviating your anxiety. This is only adding to it, because things may have gotten out of control. Maybe you thought you could just have a fling and that it wouldn't affect you. And it's kind of like taking on a life of its own. What is crossing you is the Death card. This can be when something is over and you refuse to see it. Now, an example would be if, for instance, let's say that you did have some kind of an affair and you were escaping a bad marriage. I'm just using this as an example. And maybe you were hoping that this relationship would turn into something permanent so that you could leave your partner. But you see that, and then the person that you're having an affair with, they were just trying to have a good time. They had no intention of either leaving their partner or of committing. And, in those types of situations, it's really important to realize where you're at, because if you're looking at let's call it a marriage, it doesn't have to be an actual marriage, but your primary relationship, if you're looking at that as saying, okay, I want to leave it, but I want to have something, I want to have something backing me up. That to me is not really a good mentality to have, because it implies that relationships should be about, making sure that you always have it implies that your life has to always be about having a partner. And I feel like, especially for a Libra person, that it's much more important for you to learn how to live on your own than to always be in a relationship. I'm not saying that being in a relationship for you is bad in any way, but being dependent on having a relationship is really, I think, something that can lead you to do something like this, where you're like, okay, I don't want to be alone, so I don't like my marriage, or I don't like my primary relationship. Okay, I'm going to have an affair. I'm going to hope that this pans out, and then I will, choose I will choose that person, not taking into account that other person may not be looking at the relationship in the right way. What is coming in is the Star card. This is a very hopeful card. It's a card of healing, renewed faith in life. And, this can be for many reasons that don't have anything to do with what I've just been talking about. Maybe you, one thing that the Star card can sometimes be about is somebody that has crossed over, whether it's a parent or a grandparent, or another relative, or maybe it's even like a spirit guide, that you're receiving messages that are very hopeful. And this can feel like, you may feel like there is hope for you yet, in your life. If you have been a little bit confused about your direction, with the Two of Swords, the Star card can, there's like that expression about following the North Star. It can guide you, but it's, like I said, this is the faith in unseen forces. I hope I said that. Sometimes I forget what I said right after I said it. And you can feel like there is light at the end of the tunnel for some situation. And the outcome is the Ten of Cups. Now, if you are currently married, this is a card of marriage, or we could just say domestic joy and family joy. If you are married and you have kind of like strayed from that marriage, this could be like that you are recommitting to this. And maybe you get some kind of a sign with the star card that this is the right thing to do. And that makes it easier for you to just kind of like say goodbye to this person that the Lover's card represents. Now, we are having a Mercury retrograde on May 29th, okay? And for people who are, whatchamacallit, for Libra people, this can be something where, I mean, for anybody, actually, this can be something that where you hear back from somebody from your past. Now, as I record this on May 20th, you know, it's more than a week away, this Mercury retrograde, but the shadow period is up and running. So even during that period, you may hear back from somebody, I would imagine. And I've already had my own share of snafus from, you know, during the shadow period. So just realize that the Lover's card, maybe that's somebody, you know, who is coming back into the picture and you're like torn, but that person, it may be something that you haven't let go of, but that you should let go of, you know, that you haven't realized. Yes, it's over, even if they're trying to get a hold of you and it's kind of turning your head. Okay, that's what I have for you, Libra. I hope that you resonated with this. If you would like a personal reading, I am promoting my double readings that are a sale price. It's really, I can't remember if it's like $20 off the package. It's like 2 full-length readings as one. Full-length natal chart interpretation and full-length transits for a special price. The link is below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.